Did you know that on average, we spend 22 years of our lives studying? Yep, 22 years bouncing between school, college, courses, always learning something new. And yet, how many times have you felt kind of dumb, insecure? Like all that studying still wasn't enough? I know I have. And if you've ever felt that way too, guess what? You're not alone. Maybe you've been stuck in a conversation, not knowing what to say while everyone else sounded super smart and confident. Or maybe you've watched someone create something incredible, a brilliant idea, a killer presentation, a perfectly crafted tweet, and thought, why can't I do that? What's wrong with me? Well, let me tell you something. There's nothing wrong with you. Feeling this way is way more common than you think. We live in a world that puts intelligence on a pedestal, like it's some exclusive VIP club that only a few lucky people get into. But that's just not true. You can become smarter. And the best part, it doesn't have to be boring, complicated, or some impossible task. Today, I want to show you a different path, a simple, straight to the point, and most importantly, practical guide. No cliche advice like listen to classical music, eat more bananas, or read books you don't even understand. Nope, this is about you, about how you can feel more confident, more prepared, and more connected to the world around you. And we're going to do it in a way that's fun, doable, and actually makes sense. What does it mean to be smart? If I asked you that right now, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Maybe it's someone who knows everything about everything, someone who always has the right answer, dominates every conversation, and just radiates intelligence. But is that really what being smart is all about? Is intelligence just about cramming your brain with endless facts? I want to invite you to see intelligence in a different way. Being smart isn't about knowing more, it's about knowing better. It's not about memorizing random information or trying to impress people. It's about understanding the world around you and using that understanding to live better, make smarter decisions, and create solutions that actually make sense for you. Think of intelligence like a map for navigating life. It doesn't matter how many street names you've memorized. What matters is knowing which road will take you where you actually want to go. And that's exactly what we're going to build together here. For example, let's say you're facing a tough problem at work or in your personal life. Being smart isn't about having every possible answer. It's about being able to step back, see the situation clearly, focus on what really matters, and figure out the best way forward. That's applied intelligence. That's practical. That's real. And here's the good news. Becoming smarter doesn't mean changing who you are. It just means tweaking how you think and how you see things. In this guide, you'll learn how to organize your thoughts better, feel more confident in challenging situations, and most importantly, trust in your ability to grow and improve. And it all starts with one simple shift in perspective. Ever notice how curious kids are? They ask about everything all the time. Why is the sky blue? How do airplanes stay in the air? What's inside the stars? And yeah, sometimes their questions leave us totally stumped. But that curiosity, that's exactly what makes them learn and grow so fast. Somewhere along the way, though, we stop asking. We start accepting things as they are, like we already know enough, or worse, like it's too late to learn something new. But let me tell you a little secret. Curiosity is the engine of intelligence. It's what keeps us moving, makes us want to know more, understand more, and see the world in a whole new way. Being curious doesn't mean having all the answers. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about having the courage to admit you don't know and still wanting to find out. The key to getting smarter isn't just collecting facts. It's learning to ask the right questions. Asking opens doors. It takes you places you didn't even know you wanted to go. So why not put that into practice today? Pick one thing that intrigues you. It can be something small like, why does the sky change colors at sunset? Or how does electricity actually get to my house? Spend just 15 minutes looking it up, watching a video, or even asking someone who knows more about it. It doesn't have to be complicated. Just explore. And when you start seeing the world as a mystery waiting to be solved, everything becomes more interesting. You realize that every single day is a chance to learn something new, and little by little, that expands your mind. Curiosity isn't just a habit. It's a gift you can give yourself. So ask more, assume less, and get ready to discover just how much this world still has to offer. Ever tried reading a book just because someone said it was important, or the kind of book that makes you smarter? And then, halfway through, you realize you're either completely lost or just not feeling it at all. Yeah, been there. That happens because reading is only powerful when it actually resonates with you, when it sparks your curiosity and connects with what you genuinely care about. I'll give you an example. I once read a book on negotiation. Nothing too technical, just practical tips. I decided to try one out while asking for a discount at a store. And guess what? It worked. Another time, I read about habit formation, so I started tiny routines like drinking water as soon as I wake up or reviewing my daily tasks before bed. These little changes, they made a huge difference. When you learn something and actually apply it, you don't just retain more information, you start to see real change in your life. It's not just about reading, it's about living what you learn. Learning doesn't have to feel like an extreme sport. You don't need to lock yourself in a library, survive on nothing but coffee, and emerge weeks later speaking fluent Latin. The secret to getting smarter without losing your sanity? Learning in a way that's simple and consistent. A lot of people think they need to dive into intense study sessions, read painfully dense books, or tackle rocket science level topics all at once. But the truth is, consistency beats intensity every time. Instead of making things harder than they need to be, start small. Watch a short video on something that interests you, read a quick article, casually bring up a fun fact in conversation, and see how long it takes before someone Googles it to fact-check you. Learning works best when it doesn't feel like work. Let me give you an example. When I first wanted to be more productive, I didn't try to memorize a 500-page book on time management. I started with the basics. How to organize my schedule without feeling like my calendar was plotting against me, how to prioritize tasks without having a minor existential crisis, and how to set reminders that I actually pay attention to. Over time, those small habits made a huge difference and gave me the confidence to go deeper into the topic. And here's the real kicker. Learning isn't a race. It's not about cramming everything at once and hoping your brain doesn't blue screen. Think of it as a journey. One small step at a time, every day, will take you much further than trying to take giant leaps and face planting halfway through. So, what's the next small step you can take today? Maybe it's reading something interesting, trying a new way to organize your tasks, or just finally learning how to fold a fitted sheet. The important thing is to start and keep going. And speaking of that, there's something essential that can completely change the way you see this journey. A lot of people think being smart is some exclusive VIP club, reserved for geniuses, prodigies, and that one friend who somehow actually understands the stock market. Like intelligence is something you either have or you don't. But guess what? That's a total myth. Intelligence isn't some magical gift you're born with. It's something you build step by step, day by day. You don't need to know everything today. You don't need to have all the answers right now. What matters is taking that first step and trusting the process. Maybe that means reading an article, watching a video, or finally asking that one question you've always been too afraid to ask. Those little moments, they add up. I get it. Sometimes learning feels frustrating. You might feel lost, like you're not moving fast enough, or like your brain is a stubborn old laptop refusing to update. But let me tell you something. Every single step counts. Even the tiniest effort, the smallest aha moment. It all adds up to real growth. Think of learning like planting a tree. At first, you're just staring at a seed, watering it, and wondering if anything's even happening. But under the surface, the roots are growing, and one day, out of nowhere, bam! Tiny leaves start popping up. That's exactly how intelligence works. It's quiet at first, but over time it completely transforms you. So trust your journey. It doesn't matter how fast you go. What matters is that you keep moving forward. Because your progress isn't measured by what you don't know yet, but by how willing you are to keep learning. Did you know one of the fastest ways to get smarter doesn't involve memorizing 1,000 random facts or reading a 600-page book on quantum physics? No, it's simply learning from other people. Every conversation, every exchange of ideas is like getting a free brain upgrade. No software update required. Talking to people who think differently than you is like hitting the gym for your brain. Ask questions, listen, debate. Don't be afraid to dive into topics you know nothing about. Yeah, that's where the magic happens. It's like every conversation is holding up a mirror, except instead of seeing your tired, coffee-fueled face, you see a new perspective on the world. And the best part? You don't need to make it complicated. Join a discussion about something you love, jump into an online community, or just ask your friends more interesting questions like, what's the best book you've ever read and why? Or, if you could time travel but only to the past, what era would you pick? You'd be surprised how these small interactions can turn into mind-expanding moments. The more you connect with others, the more you realize being smart isn't just about knowing stuff. It's about how you engage with the world. It's about building bridges, expanding your thinking, and actually enjoying the process of learning. So, what's next? Well, now that you know the secret, there's only one thing left to do. Start. Because every big transformation begins with one small decision, like deciding to finally learn how to fold a fitted sheet. Seriously, what's the trick? Congrats on making it this far. Just by watching this video, reflecting on these ideas, and thinking about how to apply them, you've already taken a huge step in the right direction. That right there proves something important. Being smart isn't about knowing everything. It's about being willing to learn and grow, little by little every day. Today, we covered a lot: how curiosity fuels intelligence, why learning in simple, consistent ways works best, how picking books you actually enjoy makes all the difference, and why applying what you learn is the real game changer. We also talked about trusting your journey and connecting with people who can completely shift how you see the world. And the best part? It's all doable. No complicated hacks, no unrealistic expectations, just small, practical steps that fit into your life. And here's the biggest takeaway. You don't need classical music, bananas, or impossible to read books to get smarter. What you need is small, consistent steps. Steps that day after day will take you further than you ever imagined. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these steps are you going to try first? Drop a comment and let me know which idea hit home for you and how you plan to start this transformation. Let's build a community where we can share experiences and learn together. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's also on a journey of growth. Sometimes all it takes is one little push to change someone's life. Thanks so much for being here with me. And remember, you're already on the right path. Just keep moving forward and I'll be right here to help.